What's up YouTube, it's your boy StanZZ here, and welcome back to a brand new Pixelmon Generations video on the channel. And this can only mean one thing. Brand new Pixelmon Generations update is out now. And of course you'll be able to download it, of course links to that. And pretty much anything Pixelmon Generations related will be in the description below, so make sure to check that out so you guys don't miss out. So the purpose of today's video is going to go through as much of the newest update as we possibly can. And I say that because there may be some things that I'm personally not good at to show you guys. So that's just, you know, it's me just being bad at Pixelmon in general. And I can't show you guys. But it's more like, you know, if you guys do it yourself, you guys get to see, you know, you guys get to experience the fun of figuring out the newest things in the update and things like that. So I highly recommend for you guys to check it out all on your own. You know, take advantage of looking at the patch notes. That's usually what I do. And then go from that. But, you know, I'm going to visually show you guys some of the newest things in today's updates. Hopefully you guys enjoy, to be honest. So if you're excited to see what's dubbed as the biggest update to date, then make sure to smash that like button and tell me in the comments what you are most excited for. Let's get started with today's video. Enjoy. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. There is a ton of stuff to go through in just this video alone. Even, look, I'm not moving. I'm standing still. You're going to be looking at this still picture and you're going to realize that there is so much stuff in this just one picture that you're going to be like, damn, what does this, you know, update actually bring into it? So as you guys can see, let's start off with the wall that you guys see. Let me go ahead and center it just a little bit. There is a wall with item frames and a ton of different items on there. So this update is dubbed as the biggest update for content creators and for server owners and things like that. New commands are added in so you can get a few things. Now, of course, these might be limited to the players and public servers, but if you're rocking alone, chilling alone, checking out what's available, what the new updates bring and stuff like that, you should have access to these, because I had access to these. These are custom items that you can give yourself. And I went through it. There's more than 150 of these things. I went through and grabbed, not 150, it's 116 actually. So it's 116 custom items and icons that content creators can use, which is pretty dope. This is really cool, like if you're in a solo world and you want to, or even, I'm going to be real with you, even if you're making like adventure maps and things like that, you guys can use this for your advantage. I think it'd be really, really cool and phenomenal. So what we're looking at here, I'm gonna be real, this Zubat sucks. It's mad annoying. Let me go ahead and turn down the sounds of everything, honestly. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't want to hear that Zubat. So it brings, you know, a ton of different icons that you guys can take advantage of. The ones that I grabbed were the types of Pokemon, for example. So as you guys can see, starting at the very top left, you have Bug, Dark, Dragon, Electric, Fairy, Fighting, Fire, Flying, Ghost, Grass, Ground, Ice, Normal, Poison, Psychic, Rock, Metal or Steel, and Water. And that Zubat literally just knocked one of them out right in front of you. And then there's other things as well. You can have incubators, trophies, lore modules, things like that, which is pretty cool. And there's 116 of these, and of course in the patch notes pretty much gives you the link of how you would go about going through the commands and what exactly there is there. Like there's keys. So like I can only think about it like adventure maps. People make their own maps, and you know, you defeat the evil team and you have these keys available. They give you that to open up to a further place, things like that. I think it's really cool. There's a ton of different things that are added in right now. So you guys, you know, I highly recommend you guys take advantage of trophies to showcase that you're the champion, things like that. So it's pretty cool. You know, 116 different custom items that content creators, servers, server owners, server creators can take advantage of and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Other things that I can show you around here, though, is, I don't know, how about some Eevee Pokedolls? Eevee Pokedolls. Now, if you guys are familiar, we've had Pokedolls in the mod pack for quite a while now. There's a ton of them, from like the Reggies to starters, things like that. Oddly enough, one that was missing was Eevee, of course. So now we have both regular Eevee and shiny Eevee. It looks really, really derpy, but it looks adorable at the same time, so that's in here as well. Other things, as you guys can see, is there's Pokeball displays. This is pretty cool because they have them for everything that's in the game, except I believe Beast Balls. It's the only one they don't have displays for. But like Park Balls, GS Balls, Quick Balls, Master Balls, like anything you could really think of when it comes to Pokeballs, they have the display for. which is honestly really, really cool, especially that Cherish Ball looks really, really clean for event Pokemon and things like that. Again, you could probably take advantage of it and do something with that when making server owners or decorating, for that matter. To be honest, take things advantage of, make things look nice with that. Another thing that we want to take a look at, very, very minor, to be honest, I'm going to be quite honest with you guys, is going to be the Swivel Chairs. So it's a new design of a chair, which actually I personally feel looks like really, really cool. You know, they're available in all colors that you can think of that Minecraft offers. Red, blue, there's white over here, there's black, there's gray, there's purple, anything you can really think of it. Basically a desk chair. These look so much better than the regular, stools that you can sit on in Pixelmon. So this is just something added to it. You know, if you're trying to set up like a desk setting in a bedroom or anything like that, this would be the perfect chair to use. But like that, for the aesthetic stuff, like this seems to be quite a bit of what they added in. The displays, I think, look phenomenal. The custom items that creators can use is cool as well. So it's just, there's a ton of things out here that they can add in. But I know one big thing you guys are excited to take a look at are, of course, the special textured Pokemon. If you guys aren't familiar with the special texture, what they are is think of some of your favorite Pokemon. Not all of them have it. I'm just going to throw that out there. Some of your favorite Pokemon, they have special textures that are pretty much show that they are very different than a regular Pokemon and their shiny variant, for example. So, like, let's take a look at, or let's talk about Charizard. So there's Charizard, regular Charizard's orange, shiny Charizard's black, and then it has a special textured, which is a white color, which we've showcased in the past before, and I've showed it in plenty of videos as well. And a lot of Pokemon have something like that, basically a third coloring to them. And a lot of Pokemon have it, and of course there's a lot been added here today. So we're going to go ahead and go through them in batches, but you guys will be able to see them and pretty much tell me, you know, which ones you guys find the best. Alright, so you wanted to take a look at the special textured Pokemon that are added into the mod pack. So I'm going to show you, it's about maybe a box and a half, give or take, of a bunch of special textured Pokemon that are coming in. I don't know if I mentioned it before in the clip before, but the way that these, most of these work is they're kind of continuations of other textures that we got in the past. For example, we got a Talonflame and a Bellsprout, for example. Now we have the rest of the evolutions, like the Fletchling and Fletchling for the Talonflame, and the Weeping Bell and the Victory Bell for the Bellsprout. So, yeah, we got a ton of them. I'm going to take a look at them. I'm going to go over them by name, and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorites. Not all of them, just because some of them can be very repetitive. They don't look the greatest, and not design-wise. It's just personally my personal favorites. Like, I'm just grabbing them. But some of these are going to look really, really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy. Also doing this for lag issues as well. Don't have the greatest computer that I record this stuff on, and when I'm trying to do these videos, I try to throw on shaders. Just makes everything a little bit worse. But I'm going to grab quite a few of them just to show them off. But let's go over them via name first. So we have, of course, the Fletchling, the Fletchinder, right? We have the Starly, Staravia, Slowpoke, Slowbro, Weeping Bell, Victory Bell, Badoo, Roselia, Wurmple, Silcoon, Cascoon, Dustox, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Nidoran Male, Nidorino, Nidoking, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Larvitar, Pupitar, Shelmet, Carablast, Steenie, Serena, Weedle, Kakuna, Rockruff, and Lichen Rock. And we have a ton of Lichen Rock, so we'll mention those as we go on as well. Tailo, Lilligant, Octillery, Sunkern, Mime Jr, Tingling, Munchlax, Musharna, Tangela, Cranidos, Shuppip, Ariados, and to round off the list is Rayquaza, which is definitely one that I want to show you guys. So, starting things off, we're going to grab the Victory Bell, we're going to grab the Dustox, we're going to grab the Wigglytuff, the Nidoking, and the Vileplume. So these are going to be the first ones that we're going to take a look at. We'll go over them a little bit. So Victory Bell is bouncing off the idea of the Bellsprout that we saw a couple updates ago, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been the last one, but it's basically based off of Piranha Plant, like from Super Mario. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, since Victory Bell is so big, it can be like PD Piranha, maybe. You know, you can call him that. Next, we have Dustox, which looks pretty cool, to be honest. I don't know if it's like based off of like Mothra or something like that from like the Kaiju series and stuff like that. But the Dustox does look pretty cool. Let me bring it closer without it flying away so that we can take a look at it. Those are the wings. And then, of course, he turns away whenever I want to look at his face. There we go. So he looks pretty cool. I personally think Dustox looks really cool. It's why I wanted to point him out. My favorite of the set, if it's not the Rayquaza, it's going to be this one. It's going to be Wigglytuff. And the reason why is because Wigglytuff is based off of King Dedede from the Kirby series. And it's actually like my first or second main that I started playing in Super Smash Bros., for example. So I think this is pretty cool. My friend Puddle actually told me, hey, the moment you see this, it's probably going to terrify you. And the reason why is because you saw that walking animation. Just picture it walking to you with that face. That's nightmare fuel for you to look up for. So next we have the Nidoking, which I'm going to be quite honest with you, was already in the mod pack. However, they fixed the bits and pieces of it. Don't know exactly what they fixed it. They just remodeled it, fixed it up a little bit. I get a personal vibe of Thanos. Just don't know if you guys see it too when you get a front facial view of the Nidoking. But that's, you know, personally I see it as such. You know, the chin is there. The Thanos chin is there. Next we have the Vileplume. So the line is looking more poisonous, taking advantage of the purple coloring. So as Oddish evolves, it starts getting more poisonous, more purple. And the theme stays there. You know, purple's a big thing for Vileplume, considering it's also a poison-type Pokemon. Now, it does have a smile on his face, so he doesn't seem as terrifying as he could potentially be. Off the second batch, we're going to go ahead and grab one of the Lichen Rocks, for example, because they're all very much the same. We're going to grab the Octillery, we're going to grab the Shuppip, the Ariados, and the Rayquaza. Now, I will note that the Beedrill line, so the Weedle and the Kakuna, you know, of course, bounce off of the idea of Beedrill being Bumblebee, and then the Tailo bounces off the idea of Swellow being another Autobot. Mime Jr. is one that we'll actually want to take a look at as well, so we can go over and take a look at that instead of Shuppip. But Cranidos is based off of the Rampardos we already have. Munchlax is based off of the Toro Snorlax, so there's a bunch of different ones we can take a look at there. So first things first, we're going to be taking a look at the Lichen Rock. And I don't know why, every time I send him out, he does tend to look away from me. But this Lichen Rock is actually based on a Husky. Now, I only grabbed one of these because there's pretty much a bunch of different ways to look at it. It can be a Lichen Rock Day, Dusk, but they all share the same texture of Husky. There is another version of this, however, where it can be a, think of like a chocolate chip mint ice cream, for example. Like that coloring, the green with chocolate chip. They can be that coloring as well. The same goes for Rockruff. Then we have Octillery, and I grabbed Octillery because I think it looks pretty cool, honestly. Design-wise, it looks really cool. So there's Octillery. And then Mime Jr. is probably perfect, and I think it's perfect timing for, of course, the season that we're in, because that thing is Pennywise. That thing is Nightmare Fuel. If the Wigglytuff running towards you was not Nightmare Fuel, the Mime Jr. will be if it's a Pennywise. Now, the Ariados is bouncing off the idea of the Spinnerack that we got in the past, because it is literally Spider-Man, and this one looks a lot more cleaner. I want to say just because there's more room to work with. The spider on its back looks good. The coloring looks good. I think this is one of the best ones that we've got in this update. And then the last special texture that we're going to be taking a look at, well, I got a hint for that a little bit later, is going to be Rayquaza. We're going to have to fly up in the air to take a look at him, because this is the special texture, and he's going to fly over and be all, whoa, 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 hey, relax. Relax. I don't know why. Rayquaza needs to chill. So the design, you know, instead of being green like it normally is, it is yellow, and then it has little bits and pieces of that purple galaxy. Very, very similar to like Solgaleo Lunala, like that the galaxy theme that they have going for them. So I personally call this a Galaxy Rayquaza. I don't know what anybody else would call it. Don't know the official name for it either. But this looks really, really clean. The Galaxy, and it's just like around, you know, the certain edges, certain lines. It looks really good. The primary color, of course, being yellow. I think this Rayquaza looks phenomenal, to be honest. Okay, so I kind of gave a little bit of a hint. I'm just going to throw it out there. I was talking about special textured Pokemon. I wasn't done with them just yet. And the reason why is because Mega Evolution Pokemon now have special textured. And I think it looks phenomenal. Or I think it looks, the idea with it is pretty phenomenal. I haven't actually taken a look at them. I wanted to make sure that some of these work, so I did take a look at a few of them. Not a lot of them. I wanted to keep the surprise for myself and yourself. So we're going to grab a few of these. We're not going to grab a lot. I just want to take a look at them. Definitely going to grab the Mewtwo. Going to grab the Gengar. Gonna grab the Steelix, the Blaziken, and let's go with the Scissor. Let's grab these guys. We'll take a look at them. Talk a little bit. Oh, ooh, that's something new to take a look at. Ooh, spoiler alert. You guys will talk. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So this is the Mewtwo. This is the special textured Mewtwo. It's basically a Shadow Mewtwo. It has a Mega Evolution Stone on it. So let's go ahead and Mega Evolve it. Take a look at how it looks Mega Evolved as a special textured Pokemon. So in the past, when you Mega Evolved a special textured Pokemon, it did not keep the color scheme at all. It just turned into a regular Mega Evolution Pokemon. You guys can see that Mewtwo. Look at it. That Mewtwo is a Shadow Mewtwo. This is basically from Pokken. Is it Pokken? Yeah, it's from Pokken. So that's pretty cool. That's a cool looking Mega Mewtwo X. Now, Y exists as well. And then all the other Pokemon that I just showed you are the ones that got added in here today. So we're going to go take a look at these individually. Not going to look at all of them. I'd rather you guys do that yourselves for your own personal reasons. And, you know, it gets you a little bit more hype seeing these up front. But I'm going to show you some of the more popular ones. You know, we'll take a look at Gengar. This is Gengar's, of course, special textured. Now let's go ahead and Mega Evolve it. So he keeps the orange theme. Looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. Oh, it's next. Steelix is next, right? So Steelix is based off of pretty much the Crystal Onyx. So it's a Crystal Steelix. Mega Evolution for Steelix is actually one of the best designed Megas, in my personal opinion. But I want to see how it looks when it Mega Evolves. Is it just going to be a giant Crystal Steelix? There ain't nothing wrong with that. I just want to see how it looks, though. Is it a... Oh, no. It's not necessarily just Crystal. Look at that. It looks pretty cool. So the sides of it are designed with that white. So they do drastically... I wouldn't call this a drastic change, but they do change nonetheless. They don't just stay the same color scheme or the same color. They do change quite a bit. This looks pretty good. Steelix looks really good. So Blaziken is black and white. So I assume when this thing Mega Evolves, it should probably stay black and white. But of course the Mega design looks pretty cool as well. So there's that to go off of. I do like how these Megas are looking though. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Yeah, so the special texture is going to stick to the Pokemon when they Mega Evolve now, which is honestly a great, great addition to the game regardless. Here's a Scissor. I was going to call it a Steelix. I was like, I just saw the Steelix. This is a Mega Scissor. Let's see if the special texture changes anything besides that. Like, so far the Steelix and the Mewtwo probably have me the most... Oh, this looks clean. This looks clean. I like this. I like this. Good job, Pixelmon. You guys did good work with this, to be honest. And of course, not all Megas are included just yet, so expect that to be a thing coming in future updates. But like the ones you guys can see right now, of course, we have Aggron, Altaria, Beedrill, Glade, Lopunny, Lucario from my boy Rich, Slowbro, Venusaur. So there's all that's in there at the moment. And some that you notice aren't there right now, so probably, you know, Charizard coming soon, Blastoise coming soon, Gardevoir coming soon. So there might be a few things out there that are, you know, it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. Also depends if they have a special texture or not, which is pretty cool. As the past few Pixelmon updates have been doing, they've been remodeling a few Pokemon to make sure that you get updated with better graphics, better models, and things like that for the Pokemon design. This box right here is pretty much going to showcase the ones that got updated this time around. It was the Gen 6 starters, so we have Chespin, Paladin, Chestnut, Fennekin, Braixen, Delphox. We have Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja, and we also have Battle Bond Greninja. And then we have Giratina, both regular and Origin form, Shaman, both regular and Sky form, and to round off the list, we have Cresselia. So these, I recommend, you know, on your own time, checking them out if you want to see the differences. They look pretty good. They look pretty crisp. They look pretty clean. And the final thing that I want to show you guys in today's video, you guys kind of got a glimpse of it a little bit earlier in this video, and you guys, if you guys follow the owner of Pixelmon Generations, you kind of got a glimpse of it on Twitter as well. But there is a new shiny particle for your Pokemon. So I'm going to be quite honest with you, it makes things so much easier, makes those shiny Pokemon easier to spot. So now when you're playing on servers, it's, you know, it's probably, you know, you're probably gonna run into a shiny because of these particles. Like, they help out that much. Nighttime they help out as well. You'll easily be able to see it. But I believe we have a Mega around here that has the shiny particles. Is he still around? Yes, he's in the Dark Oak Forest, so I'm not gonna go bother looking into that. But I grabbed 2 of probably the best shiny Pokemon to showcase. Plus, they look really cool. So we have Charizard here. Probably one of the best shinies, and then the particles circling him as well. Definitely, if you come across a shiny Pokemon, Charizard, Charmander, anything else, you are definitely going to notice these particles. They look really clean. It's much better than what we've had in the past. And then I want to show off how they look with Ho-Oh. I don't know why. I just like it. The fact that they circle you, like circle the Pokemon, looks really good. So here's this Ho-Oh, and the sparkles are circling it, and it looks really, really clean. It's a great distinguishing look for the shiny particle. That's all I'm going to say. I think a lot of people would agree when I say this as well. Helps out a ton. You guys will realize that when you start playing the game a little bit more often. You guys will come across shiny Pokemon. You'll be like, oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not going to miss that. You are definitely not going to miss that. So now I did go over quite a bit of the in-game stuff that you can see here. But again, like I mentioned at the start of the video, time restraints, I did not go through entirely everything that this update gives and brings, but I can go over just a few things here, just so you can understand, the stuff that we're getting with this update. So, there's new weather icons. I don't know if that's a thing when you're in-game, for example, if you have droughts, or drizzle, or rain dance, or whatever you do. I think that's where the weather icons would come into play. I have no idea on that, so it's really trial and error to figure out exactly where they come in from. There's new mounts that people can ride on. You have Duskmane Necrozma, Dawnwings Necrozma. We have Mandibuzz, Chatot, Krabby, Joltik, and of course the best one of all is Bidoof. Bidoof, you can now fly and swim on it. There's a GUI for the Zygarde machine to select which combinations you want. There's added water and fire loots, which is pretty cool. And then there's actually a fishing spawn set for a ton of Pokemon. So of course you can fish out Pokemon in the water and of course lava. So like Wishiwashi, Wilmer, Vaporeon, a ton of water Pokemon, of course, coming out of the water. Then you have like Magmar and Torkoal and Turtonator coming out of the lava. So there's a ton for you guys to fish out when it comes to spawn sets there. There's a ton of other things as well. You have color tinting. You can color your Pokemon any way you like. You updated shopkeeper descriptions for certain things like bikes, flutes, Meltan Box, Pokédolls, Ultra Blocks, different things like that. There's cosmetics that players can now use, I believe, or give cosmetics to give cosmetics. So it's a command that you can take advantage of. And then there's a ton, and I say that I mean it, a ton of fixes. Like every update there's stuff, it looks cool, but it happens, things break, and usually the update after it, they tend to fix said broken things, to be honest. So like here they fix a ton of them, and it's a lot of them. I'm not really going to go into it. Of course, I highly recommend checking out the patch notes, which should be along with the Pixelmon Generations Discord. So if you haven't joined that, I recommend joining it. But like it fixes like items, searching, textures. There's a ton of things that you can fix. They fix out things that like wimp outs, like abilities, moves not working, things like that. They fixed a ton of things, which is pretty cool. And of course, you guys, this is open to the public, so you guys will be able to see what the 2.8 release of Pixelmon Generations, brings to the table and what it fixes and things like that. But it looks like that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like on this video. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn off those notifications so you never miss an upload. And of course, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram. All that stuff will be in the description below. I do a ton of content. A lot of Pixelmon coming soon for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy with that. And with this out of the way, I'll see you guys later. Peace!